Well, it looks like we've settled in on a good amount of people here, so we will go ahead and get started. First of all, I want to thank you all for joining today. We are talking all about the DaVinci product suite and the solutions that we offer, and we're excited to tell you about some things that we've had for a very long time, but also some really exciting new ventures for us here at DaVinci. So I'll go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Maggie Bode. I am the Vice President of Business Development here at DaVinci, and really excited to chat with you all today. I see some familiar names on the webinar, and I see some new names too, so we're excited to probably give you some new and old information here. So a couple things before we get started. We have some exciting events coming up. So we will be at the Indiana, Kentucky, Ohio SSA Conference and Trade Show in Cincinnati on the 7th and 8th. I will actually personally be there. So if you are going to be in Cincinnati, please let me know. I'd love to see your face. We are hosting another webinar on April 17th. Teaching you all about how you can profit with DaVinci, what that looks like, how you can use our solutions to really make revenue at your sites. We'll talk a little bit about that today too. And then of course, we'll be at ISS in Las Vegas coming up at the end of the month. We'll be at booth 221, so come by and see us. We'd love to chat with you. We'll have a full team there, and looking forward to a good time in Vegas. So without further ado, let's get started to talk about automation, because that really is what DaVinci is based upon. And I think one thing that we really focus on here at DaVinci is time. Time is your most valuable asset for you, for your tenants, and our goal is to create products and solutions that give you time back. That's the most important thing to us. So the way that we do that is through efficiencies and through automation, focusing on protecting your revenue, protecting your growth, and ultimately for you as our customers is enhancing your customer experience. So your tenants are always number one. We want to make sure that everything that we provide, everything that we do as an organization, and the products that we deliver are really integrating into that full suite of the ultimate tenant experience. And I will also add, as we continue, we have a Q&A. So as we move through, if you want to add questions to that Q&A, please do so. We'll have some time dedicated to that at the end, but we will go ahead and hit our first product, which I'm sure you all are very familiar with. And if not, happy to tell you about it too, is DaVinci Lock. So as you know, this is what we were known for forever, for as long as DaVinci has been around, and we've introduced some new products, but this really remains kind of the foundation of who we are, what we do, and how we create automation for you and your tenants. So the DaVinci Lock system is an automated tenant access solution. It is an encrypted serial code-based lock. It's a mechanical lock. There's no Bluetooth, batteries, or Wi-Fi. So we're really proud to provide a product that is sustainable, effective, and cost-effective for you as well. We understand that, there are a ton of options out there, but we want to create the option that is best for everyone and that makes the most sense for your facility. So like I said, locks do not require Bluetooth, batteries, or Wi-Fi. They're fully mechanical. We integrate with your facility management software. So with most facility management softwares out there, if you have any questions about particulars, we're happy to answer those for you. But what you do is you assign this particular lock to a particular unit within the DaVinci system. So to give you an example, let's say you've got vacant units you want to secure. So you would take that DaVinci lock, you'd put a DaVinci lock on every vacant unit, you'd assign those locks to that particular unit within your DaVinci Lock software. We have a mobile app for operators on site that actually works offline. So if you're on site, you're assigning locks to units, and maybe you're in a tertiary market where you're not really getting great cell reception, you could assign those locks. Everything is going to save within the system. And then when you get back into cell service or you get back into Wi-Fi, it's going to sync all of that information and save it for you. So we understand that you're out in the field, you're doing things you need to do. You may not always have the greatest Wi-Fi. So you've assigned these locks to these units. And then once somebody rents online with that integration with your facility management software, it's going to automatically send the tenant that rents that unit an email and a text message with their unlock code to gain access to their unit. So it allows you to offer after hours rentals, weekends. If you run on a remote scale, you can do that as well. But it also helps if you have a manager on site that needs to be in the office renting units, because that's what they're there for. So same can be done for overlocks if you want to use DaVinci for overlocks. And we've also seen a lot of really great success in putting a DaVinci lock on every single unit. So like I said, you could attach them to your vacant units. And then once the tenant moves in, they could use that lock as their own moving forward. The DaVinci Lock system makes things very, very simple for tenants to gain access, and it also allows your teams to operate in a remote manner, even if you're on site. Something that's really great too is that you could sell the locks to tenants. You could rent the locks to tenants, create another revenue stream for your facility. So you're essentially making money off of the system that you're using to gain access for your tenants. The next product that came out actually last year for DaVinci is called Tenant Connect. So Tenant Connect is our web app for tenant experience. Now, this is not a mobile app. There's no mobile download required for tenants. You don't have to go to the App Store because I know all we need is one more app on our phones. This is actually a scan to open type of platform. So tenants will scan a QR code at the facility, and then this web app that you see on your screen here pops up with all of these wonderful options. So it essentially takes everything that a tenant would need to do on site and puts it into one application. Now I'll also add, this is completely white labeled, so there will be no DaVinci red, as much as we love the color red, but it will be your brand colors for your facility. It will be your logo for your facility. So nobody will know that this is a DaVinci product. It's completely white labeled. But as you can see, there's quite a few options here that allow tenants to really own their experience on site. Now, this doesn't take away from customer service. It actually enhances it because it allows tenants to dictate, okay, cool, I can do this on my own, but also I know I have my awesome customer service team on site or available remotely if I need to access them as well. So you can see on the screen there, tenants are able to make payments. They're able to access their unit. So this is either the gate, which we'll get into in a little bit, or also their DaVinci unlock code. New customers can rent a space. So you're looking at the existing customer screen, but there's also a new customer screen that allows them to rent a space, to contact you. So you can input your chatbot on there. We integrate with a few there. You can email or you can call your facility. Now, I'm going to take a step back and go back to payments and just mention that you can pay your balance. You can also enable auto pay, and you can also enable prepay for your tenants. So whatever experience you want to include for your tenants on site, you can do within Tenant Connect. One other piece that is very unique and we are always very excited about, we get some good feedback on, is moving out. So what a tenant is able to do is take a photo of their empty unit. Now they are forced to do so, and it is in real time. So when a tenant says move out, they click on that, their camera pops up, they take a photo of their empty unit, they send that to whomever you've designated on your team to do so. Your team can approve or deny that move out, and then that tenant can move on and you can turn that unit over much more quickly. Same option applies for auction units as well. So if you have an auction buyer who's coming to the site, there is an option for them to click on that. The camera opens up, they're able to clean out that unit, prove that they've cleaned out that unit, and then you're able to turn those units over much more quickly and rent more units. And finally, our third and newest product that we are incredibly excited about is the G.O.A.T. Now, G.O.A.T stands for Gate Operator Access Technology, or, greatest of all time, whatever you so choose. So this is our newest product in our DaVinci suite. It is operated, as you can see, from the Tenant Connect portal, but really what it is a satellite cellular connectivity operator for your gate. So it is something that attaches to your gate motor. And as you can see in the image on screen, there's a QR code. Now, what your tenants will do is they will drive up, they will scan that QR code, and what they will have to do for the first time they do this is verify that they are who they are via one-time password verification. So we take all of the information from your facility management software and make sure that, Maggie is in unit 101. Maggie's going to enter her phone number. I get a 4-digit code. I put in that code and then it approves me, verifies who I am. So we're using that integration, the same thing that we use for Tenant Connect, the same thing that we use for DaVinci Lock, to prove that a tenant is current and has the ability to get into the facility. So once somebody does that one-time password verification, the subsequent times that they come to the facility, all they will need to do, scan that QR code, the gate will automatically open. So this really does simplify gate access for your tenants. You certainly don't have to use keypads anymore if you don't want to. It allows a scan to open technology that just makes things simple, easy, and that's our goal here. As you can see, kind of the through line through all of our products. It's a very easy setup too. Like I said, this really just attaches to your gate motor. There's 4 wires to connect. We have a full fleet of people out there in the field who can set these up for you as well. So you don't have to worry about becoming a part-time electrician to install this. We are very excited about this. It works hand in hand with Tenant Connect. So Tenant Connect really operates all the G.O.A.T system and all of the tenant experience as well. So as you can see, the through line for DaVinci really is fully automated tenant access. And through all 3 products that we have, we really want to make this simple. We want to give you time back. We want to give your tenants time back. And we want to make the experience on site easy and enjoyable as much as it can be, because we do know that sometimes when you're finding storage, it's maybe not for the best option. You know, you're moving out, maybe some sort of disaster. But hopefully the products and the technologies that you choose to use on site are enhancing that experience for your tenants and making it really easy and enjoyable. All right. So before we get into Q&A, I want to let everybody know we are doing a special. So if you are on this webinar as of now, we are offering 30 days of premium as a trial. And for those that are already on premium, we can give you a little deal too. But if you haven't tried our premium tier of DaVinci, which includes everything, unlimited access to locks, unlimited access to all of the products and the features that are available to you, 30-day free trial. We'd love for you to experience it. We really want to make sure that you're getting access to all of the wonderful things that we've created in our platform. So scan that QR code. We'll also be sending out a message to everybody who's on the call right now, so we can get you set up for that free 30-day trial and get you rolling on the DaVinci platform. So I'm going to take a pause, and Christy is going to pop in, and I will answer some questions for everybody.
Hello, everyone. So we did get a few questions during the presentation, and if you guys want to utilize the Q&A feature, it's at the top of your screen, so feel free to drop any questions you have in there, and then they'll be answered. If we don't get to them, we'll definitely reach out to you guys in email, and you'll also be receiving this recording in email as well. But one we got was, can I track who is accessing the property, and how does this work? So Maggie, I don't know if you want to just talk about the 3 different products, because it's kind of different for each, and the reporting that goes involved with that.
Absolutely. So let me start with G.O.A.T, because that seems to be one of the most popular questions we get when people are asking about gate access. Yes, you can see who has scanned the QR code. You can see the time. You can see which gate it was. So if you have multiple gates at your site, and it's going to track that phone number. So when we give you a demo of the product, you'll be able to see it says which facility was scanned to open, what time, when, and then the phone number of the tenant who was entering the facility. For DaVinci, you can see the change in status of the lock. So let's say I put a DaVinci overlock on a unit, and I can see when somebody paid their balance and when that status of the unit changed from delinquent to current, and then that tenant then had access to their unit. So all of that lives within DaVinci. One other really great piece about DaVinci is that we have something called text to release. So somebody can text a number and then get their unlock code to their lock immediately. So let's say that I rented a unit online and somehow lost the code within my text messages and emails. I hadn't cleaned out my inbox, and I can just text that number, and it's automatically going to send me my unlock code. On the other side, if I text that number and I am delinquent, it's going to send me a code it's going to send me a link to pay my balance. So now your tenants have no excuse to say, I didn't know I was delinquent if they're trying to get into their unit. There are multiple ways that we've created within our ecosystem to say, hey, time to pay your rent.
Good, thank you. Another question we got is, what does the flow of delinquency look like? And how does our products improve this process?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you do your overlock process each month, whatever day that falls on for you in your jurisdiction, so what you would do is you would put a DaVinci lock on that unit. You would assign it to that unit within the DaVinci Lock system. So like I said, we have a mobile app for operators for DaVinci Lock. You would assign that lock to that unit. And then once somebody pays that balance down, they're going to, like I said, receive a text message with their unlock code via text and email. And then they will go to their unit, be able to take that lock off, and they could either use that as their lock moving forward. If you wanted to use a DaVinci lock on every unit, we've seen that work very well for quite a few customers. Or they could take that lock off, put it in a Dropbox, and then you just repurpose that lock for something else in the future. And like I said, every DaVinci lock has a different serial code on it. So you can use those locks in different places. Hard to memorize there.
Great. And James, I see you asked a question about the QR code that we had on the last slide. It does take you to our calendar. It takes you to our Meet with DaVinci Solutions team, where they'll be able to kind of personalize your premium experience and tell you more based on your FMS system. So if you did want to book, it's just a quick 30-minute call, and then they can get you set up with that free trial. And then we got asked, how do you handle a tenant move out?
How do you handle move out? So there are a couple of ways that you could do this. So like I said, in our Tenant Connect mobile experience, tenants are able to take a photo of their empty unit and they move out very easily. You can get that unit online much more quickly. If somebody's moving out and they have a DaVinci lock on their unit, you could ask them to either return that lock to the Dropbox and then you can repurpose that lock. Hopefully you're charging them a rental fee, so you're making some revenue off of that lock. Or you could sell them the lock, they take the lock with them, and they move on. For those operations that ensure that the tenant returns the lock, if somebody doesn't return the lock, you can also charge them a fee and make some revenue off of that as well.
And then another question is, what is included in the 30-day trial? So this is the premium subscription.
There is so much. And that's why we really want to encourage you to get on the phone with us and we can talk through what your experience will look like. But there's so many awesome features that we've really come a long way, certainly in the time that we've developed DaVinci into 3 products, not just one, but some really exciting things about DaVinci Lock specifically that we've seen. You can customize tenant notifications, so you can customize text messages, emails. We have text to release, which is a really awesome function that's available. Tenant Connect is included in that, which you can customize that experience as well with your branding. We can completely white label that for you. And then the G.O.A.T, it's a QR code to open experience for your tenants. So really from entering the gate to moving out, DaVinci has you covered from top to bottom.
Then we got a question about the G.O.A.T. How does the G.O.A.T install process work if I want to use it to replace an existing access option?
So it can certainly replace your existing access option. Like I said, it's very easy. There's 4 wires that you have to connect. It goes onto your gate motor. It essentially allows you could get rid of your keypad if you wanted to, but it certainly integrates with that FMS. So as long as the status of a tenant in your FMS is current and they have gate access, they will be able to scan that QR code. They'll go through the verification process with OTP, and then that gate will open. If they are not granted gate access, what you can do then is it's going to deny them access, and then through Tenant Connect, they can pay their balance if they're delinquent or if something is not right in their account. They'll be able to go straight through Tenant Connect, pay their balance, and then they can get access to their unit or their facility.
And then does Tenant Connect require them to upload a photo of the unit prior to allowing them to move out?
So yes, you can force it. So the great thing about the move out function, it's not actually approving the move out, right? So it's still being sent to your team. It's essentially the tenant requesting the move out, proving that they have an empty unit, and then you can say, okay, cool, you can move out, or no, hey, you need to send a photo or you need to clean out your unit. So it just allows you to operate that move out process remotely, so that you can really control it from maybe if you're working in a hub and spoke model, or if your manager on site is busy. But it doesn't actually allow them to physically move out completely off of your system. It's the request to move out, and then you approve or deny whether they should move out or not.
And then Greg just asked one of our favorite questions. So can you go into more detail about how to generate revenue from this service?
Ooh, good question. So you will definitely be joining us on the 17th for our next webinar too. So I think something that we are really excited about is the possibility of a tech fee. And, previously in storage, we've seen this with insurance. And I think there was this big change of mindset of like, oh, we're going to charge and force people to do insurance now. We're going to charge a fee. And, in today's age, we charge fees for everything. You get something ordered to your home, you don't even bat an eyelash at a $7.99 fee. Similarly, you can do that with your tenants as well. So you have admin fees, you can have a tech fee, even if it's just $1. If it's a $1 tech fee every month, think about how many units you have, think about that, how that could work month over month, and you're basically making money off of the system. I'm sure there are other technologies that you're using at your site as well. Why not recoup some of that revenue from your tenants? And it doesn't have to be big, it could be small, it could be large. It's really up to you and what makes sense and how much you're utilizing technology at your facility. But I can guarantee you that most tenants will not bat an eyelash at a small fee that's added on that could really generate quite a bit of revenue for you over time.
And if the tenant's phone number isn't on file in SiteLink, how do they get access to the gate?
That's a great question. So it does require the tenant to be on the account, right? We want to make sure we're being really cognizant of how safe we are allowing access to tenants. So it does require the primary account holder to be the person that's scanning. We have more features coming in the future, as always in our roadmap. So there will be the possibility to be able to allow access to somebody via Tenant Connect in your phone in the future, which is coming down the pipeline. So stay tuned, stay close to it. But it does require the primary account holder to be on that account with that phone number when they scan the QR code for OTP verification.
And then we just got one more question. If you currently have a keypad, can the G.O.A.T system work in with that?
It can, absolutely. So something that we are very excited about is we will have a digital keypad available with the G.O.A.T in the coming weeks, months. But yes, you can use your keypad in tandem. I would say that the goal is that you can get rid of it, right? Somebody's going to run into it. It's going to stop working. People are typing in the wrong codes. They don't know star, pound, number, all the things. So the goal is that you could potentially get rid of it, but we will have a digital keypad solution coming soon as well. But yes, they can work in tandem.
I got one other question about the G.O.A.T. So tenants cannot give the code out to someone else to get into the gate.
No, not yet. So that sharing access will be coming soon. I can't disclose too much, nor a timeline, but it will be coming very soon. We are very excited. And something that I will add is that G.O.A.T is still in a beta phase. We're really excited about this product. We want to get all the feedback. We know we've got some really great supporters on this call. So we're excited to get it out there. We're excited to make it a better product. As with all of our products, they are made for you all. We want them to work as best as they can. So the feedback and the conversation that we can have with our customers is truly the most important thing to us. So keep it coming. We'd love to hear from you, and we want to continue to have you using our products.
I think we got to everybody's questions, but if we did not get to yours, feel free to email us at info@DaVinciLock.com. And like I said, you guys will be getting an email with this webinar recording as well as future webinars that you can sign up for and more details on the events that we're going to be at. So I just want to say thank you so much to everybody for joining, and we hope to see you soon.
Thanks, everybody. Take care. Have a good one.